Hello, let's do one up. Puzzle 356. It's a 7 by 7 today, and I take Tuesdays as the day to explain the game in depth for those who may be playing for the first time or seeing this for the first time. So if that is you, pay attention to this video. All right, let's play. First thing I'm going to do is go over the rules. I'm not worried about my time here because I'm just going to be explaining in detail to make sure that everyone can understand it if they're new. So first of all, the constructor of these puzzles likes to hide, not so much hide, the puzzle number in the grid. So always fun to look for, like this is grid 356, this is 356. Sometimes the date instead of the number is hidden in there. So that's neat. All right, in addition to that, what are the rules? Well, we're going to be placing a digit in every single cell. And there's only going to be one solution. So we can logically solve it because we never have to guess. In fact, I recommend not guessing. Because we can always logically make the next step, and then that'll show us that'll lead us towards the one solution. Now, how do we restrict the digits that go in cells? Well, we do have these bold borders in the grid, and those segment our rows and columns. So, for example, this column gets segmented by this bold border, and this segment is 3 cells long, and so it needs the digits 1 to 3 once each. This segment is 4 long, so it needs 1 through 4 once each. So a segment of length n has the digits 1 through n once each. So I could put 1, 2 like this, or I could put 2, 1 like this. I don't know which it is yet, so I'm not going to put anything. But in the final solution, that's what's going to happen, because we need 1, 2, and 3 here. We need 1, 2, 3, and 4 here, once each. And it's the same for rows. A row or column with no bold borders has all of 1 through 7 once each. So think of it as a single 7-length segment. All right, that's it. I'm going to get started. The way I like to get started is looking at our really short segments first. So I like to scan the rows first. I mean, you can scan however you'd like, but this is how I do it. I scan for the really short ones in rows, and then I see if we can just immediately resolve them in some way. So far I haven't seen anything. When I see it, I will explain it in depth. Okay, so we can actually get a digit in this segment here. Let me know if you see it. You can pause and see if you see it, if not, and then I'm going to continue now. And so what's the digit we can get? Well, we can place a 2 here, because we know we need a 2 in one of these 3 cells. It's going to have 1, 2, and 3. So we need a 2, but this can't be a 2 because the 2 would repeat in this vertical segment here. And this can't be a 2 because the 2 would repeat in this vertical segment here. So we can place the 2 in the only place it can go. And that's called a hidden single if we're going to use Sudoku terminology, which I usually do. So that's a hidden single in this segment because it's kind of hidden that this has to be a 2. If we look at the cell in isolation, it could be a 1, 2, or 3. No restriction on it, but the segment is going to need a 2, so hiding within that segment, we're going to need a 2, and it's going to have to go there. Then we have 1 and 3 remaining, which can't be resolved. All right, this we need all through 4, but there's not much to say about that. Here we need 1, 2, and 3. Now this 3, be very careful. It does not see past this bold border. We need a 3 in this segment, and so this could easily be a 3, even though there's another 3 in the column. It's blocked by that segment border when scanning. We can't do anything with that. This is a free 1. This is a 1-length segment. And so that gives us a free 1. Now, so a tip is, for every segment length you have in the rows, there's going to be a segment of that length in the columns as well. If you think about it, the reason for that is because a segment of length n has 1 through n. So we're going to have the correct number of each digit. We need the same length segments in the rows as we do in the columns. So since we have a 1-length segment in this row, we're going to need a 1-length segment in a column, and we see it's right there. So we get that free 1 there as well. So if you see a 1-length segment, look for its buddy in the columns or the rows. Okay, so does this help us in any way? Yes, this 1 actually prevents this from being a 1. So there's 2 ways you can see this. The first way is similar to this 2. We do need to place a 1 in this row. This is occupied by a 2, and this can't be a 1 anymore because it would repeat a 1 in the column. And so this is the only place for 1. And then now there's only 1 digit left to place, so we can always place that final digit, which is 3. Another way we could have done that is this cell needs to have a value, and according to the length of its horizontal segment, it's a 1, 2, or 3. But it can't be 1 or 2. It would repeat the 1 or the 2. So the only digit it could be is 3, therefore it is a 3. And that's called a naked single, because if you were to pencil out, if you were to think about every single digit that it could be, there's only 1 of them, and so it must be that digit, and that's why it's naked. It's not hidden by anything, so it's the opposite of hidden. It's naked. Anyway, so that places the 1 in this row. All right, so now following up on digits we got is always the best way to make progress. By following up, I mean, so I placed this one because of the row. So we want to think about how that affects any of our cells in the column now that they can't be 1. So for example, this can't be 1 now. It reduces 1 to 1 to these two, but we can't act on that. So yeah, nothing from the 1. How about the 3? So this can't be 3 now. It does put 3 in one of these two, but again, can't act on that. And vertically, I don't really see anything for it either. So we gotta continue. We also got this one. And so this can't be a 1 now, but unfortunately that doesn't help us immediately. Oh my gosh. I don't know what just happened. Okay, sorry. I right-clicked and clicked something. All right, we're back. So that's it for the horizontal columns, or horizontal short segments. Let's look at the vertical short segments, make sure I didn't miss anything. We do need 1, 2, 3, 4 there. We need 1 and 2 here. I'm not seeing... Okay, I am seeing this vertical segment. We can place the 2. This can't be 2, and that can't be 2. So we can place this 2, and now this 1 tells us that's 3 and 1, however you like to see that. 4 and 5 are left here. 3 and 4 are left here. This 2 looks over, giving us the 1 and the 2 for this vertical. And then that finishes this horizontal segment with a 1. And now we need 2, 3, 4 here. Unfortunately, I can't quite act on that. 4 and 5 here still. You know, okay, so here's a nice little trick here. We need, yeah, okay, sorry. It's easier to just look at this cell. Sorry. This cell can't be 1, 2, 3 for its column, and it can't be 5, 6 for the row. This is a 7 length. Okay, actually, this is not an inconsistent. We have 7s. So this is 4 or 7. So actually, I'm going to go back to what I was going to say earlier. So this is a really important technique to understand, and it's a little bit like a step beyond our singles. So let's look at this row here, right? This cell here, we know 1, 2, 3 are gone. So this is going to be a 4 or a 5 because this is a 5 length segment. So basically, we can think about this as maxing out at 5. This cell here is also in a 5 length segment, so it also maxes out at 5. That means that I need 2 different digits, because we can't repeat in the column, both of which are 5 or lower. But I already have a 1, 2, and 3 in the column. So the only digits that are 5 or lower are the 4 and 5. If I need 2 different digits to put in these 2 cells, I'm going to have to use both the 4 and 5 to do that. So if these are the 4 and the 5, these actually can't be 4 or 5. It would repeat the 4 or the 5 in the column. We don't know which is 4 and which is 5, but we know that one of them is 4 and one of them is 5. I don't know which, but one's 4, one's 5. That means these cannot be 4 or 5. So this cell also can't be 6. So it left 6, 7 left for this column, and this cell can't be 6. So this cell now can only be 7, and now this cell can only be 6. But let us place those 2 digits. Even though we don't know what order the 4, 5 goes in, we don't actually place them. It allowed us to place these 2 digits. We could try to follow up on those, the 6 and the 7. So one thing I want to think about is just this row is down to just the 1, 2, and 4. This cell can't be 2, and this cell can't be 2. So in order to place it 2, it's got to go there. That's actually been sitting there, but I haven't looked at the long segments yet. I'm about to start. And then we're left with 1 and 4, which can go in either order. All right, so we've exhausted, I believe we've exhausted what we can do for our short segments. And so now we want to look at the long segments. The first thing I do is I target the ones that are mostly filled, just to get an idea of what's left for them. So 4, 5 is left for this one, and 1, 4 is left for this one. We can't resolve them, but it's good to keep that in mind. But then I just like to go through all of them, and I like to look at our cross segment lengths, just like we did with this 4, 5. So here, think about the maximum digit that can go in. You can get a little bit more complicated about thinking about all the digits, but I like to start with the maximum and see if that's enough to solve the puzzle. So this is actually max 2, because there's only a 3 in the column. So this can't be any bigger than 2. This is maximum 4. It's a 5 length, but there's already 5 in the column. So max 2, max 4. In fact, just for you, I normally don't pencil it, I just keep it in my head. But just so you can see what's in my head, I'm thinking max 2, max 4. Anything bigger than that, I'm probably not going to worry about. Oh, this is just a 1, so let's just fill that. I forgot to finish this segment. And then this is max 4 as well. So what do we have here? Well, max 2, max 4, max 4. In fact, this 1 actually looks over, making this 2 and 1, and this is 2. So let's not worry about that. But we do have these 2 4s, which is helpful. So let's do it now. So that means we need 2 digits that are 4 or fewer, 4 or less, I should say. and 1 and 2 are gone. So only 3 and 4 are left for these two cells. And so these two are going to have the 3 and the 4. We don't know the order, but they're going to have the 3 and the 4, meaning these can't be 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 is gone, leaving only 5, 7. So these two are going to be 5, 7. Now, you can try to keep that in your head, or you can just pencil 5, 7 in here. The reason I would pencil that is because it's important to remember that these can't be 3, 4. And so this serves as a reminder, kind of bakes in the fact that these cannot be 3, 4, because the 3, 4 go over here. Or you can try to remember it. It's up to you. I like to use pencil marks when I need to remember an important deduction that didn't give me singles. Okay. So that was that row. We did get some digits. Let me make sure, see if we can follow up on any of them. We got this 1, we got this 2, we got this 2. So I just want to make sure there isn't like an obvious follow-up from that. I don't think so. This can't be 2 now. Okay. Well, let's keep looking at our longer segments. So, this is max 4. Yeah, there's not much to say about this one. 1, 2, 3, 4 across here. Do we see anything? I don't see anything. All right. 1, 2, 3 across here. I don't see anything. We need the 3 and the 4 across here. We have this segment here. So max 4, max 5, and it's not really enough to work with. Then here we need a 4 and a 5. Okay, so I don't think I see anything else horizontally, but we still have the verticals to look at. So we need the 1, 3, 4 here. 1, 3, 4. Okay, I don't see anything with that. Here, we have some short segments. This is length 3, this is length 4, length 5. It's not enough. Okay. How about this one? This is length 4, this is length 4. Length 5. We're not quite getting there. Actually, this is maximum 4. This is a 1 or 4. So this cell here is maximum 4. I'm going to write, normally I wouldn't, but just because this is a tutorial, I'm going to write these out. This is max 4, this is max 4, and this is max 4. The 2 is already gone. So these are going to be 1, 3, 4, using the same technique we've been using. So in some order, these will be the 1, 3, and 4. We don't know what order. I mean, we know this won't be the 1. That's not the important part. This won't be a 3. What's important is 1, 3, and 4 get used up. So what does that leave behind? Well, all of 1 through 4 are used up, so it leaves behind 5, 6, 7. Now, where does the 7 go? And this could have been a question we asked immediately, but this hinted us towards that, which is, where does the 7 go? Well, there's only one row intersecting this column that can have a 7 at all, because this, two that can have a 7 at all, but this one already has a 7, right? So this is where the 7 has to go in this column. None of them are full-length rows other than this one. So that's our 7, and that actually completes our 5 here. Now, I don't need these 4s penciled here, but we know that these are 5, 6. And now this can't be a 6 because it's a 5 length. So we can actually fill in the 5 and the 6. So we used up the 1, 2, and 4, and then this was 5 length, this was 6 length, this was 7 length, and so that's where the 5, 6, and 7 went, if you think about it that way. You kind of work backwards. You have to place the 7, now you have to place the 6, now you have to place the 5. All right. So can we follow up on this 5, 6, 7 at all? I'm not seeing much that would be... we can actually follow up on the 5, because this is now the 4, and this is now the 5, and that places the 4 here. This 2 now tells us this is... Oops, there's already a 2 in this column. I misscanned it. We need 3 and 5. This cannot be a 5. So actually this 4 tells us this is 3 and 4 just for the row. And that places the 5 here. Can I do anything more? What's this column need? It needs a 1 and it needs a 3. Okay, so this 3 tells us this is 1 and this is 3. Can I do anything with that? We can finish this row with a 4. And now this 1 tells us this is 3 and this is 1. This row finishes with a 3. Down here, that actually gives us the 3 and the 4. And now we need a 2 and a 4. This cannot be the 4. It's too short. So that's our 2 and that's our 4. Now here we need 1 and 2. This 2 tells us that's 1, that's 2. This row finishes with a 3. This row finishes with a 1. This row column finishes with a 4, and we're done. Or the row. All right, obviously this would not normally take me 14 minutes and 27 seconds. Probably is like a 2-minute puzzle, maybe 3, but I don't know because I didn't speedrun it beforehand. But anyway, I hope this was helpful for those who want to learn the important techniques. And hopefully not too boring for those who don't. So yeah, that's what Tuesdays are going to be. Mondays are speedrun, Tuesdays are our tutorial Tuesday. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this. And if you enjoyed it, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.